a Tuesday. Beautiful, beautiful spring day here in Far East Japan. So, to start talking, sharing about True Voice Tuesday, awareness sharing, I was excited to talk about an hour ago. And then outer roadblocks that realized that some emergency things happening at the toilet leaking. It was like, oh my, the water is the lead water. It's ongoing, never stopping kind of issue started to happen. And I noted that this morning it was kind of happening, and then I went out and then back, and then I didn't use the bathroom until recently. And then I went there, I was like, oh my, it's still leaking. So I needed to do some research on that, where to contact, and then to find out the solutions. And it's just overwhelming, unexpected out the roadblocks. And then now I was on the edge to come here or not, but I decided to come here to even just to talk about what I wanted to talk about. That is the awareness sharing about lie, lie, and sometimes around last month, I was talking about that lie, and that is something that I am hard time learning what it is exactly. And the idea of still lies out there, and it is here. Consciously, unconsciously, we use that, or the way that we behave is aligned to the particular way of energy we call lie. And I realized that I have a huge room to learn about what is it exactly. If it's not necessary, then probably it's removed from our existence. But still here means something part of human communication. That is communication to other human, or maybe lie to ourselves. So the word manipulating is similar, but I understand that manipulation is not only a bad thing. Sometimes it's a good manipulate. It's just like energy. It's not good or bad. It is, and how you're going to use the manipulation for the purpose is determine the meanings of that word, the way of we behave or use the information. So perhaps the lie is similar to that. So the last time I shared about the negative, exciting way of life, um, and something that I really would like to avoid, and then the culture I came from, raised with, is somewhat giving up, you know, proud for that lie. It's like that is something that I still uncomfortable with, being part of that community that promote lies as something good. You know, it's like, what? Am I the only one crazy person? So I would like to understand the way of taking it as an lie. And then so that was the awareness that I was with since the last time I was talking. Hi, Aiden. Good morning. So then, what came to my awareness is that because of the invasion happening, good morning. and there's no children evacuated, right? And then mothers or adult all evacuated from the house. And then telling the truth is is unhealthy in some psyche. So the mother's interview saying that I haven't told my children what is happening as exactly what we've been experiencing. And she said to her children that we are playing the game to, it's sort of like a hide and seek, and to evacuate and finding something, that is a lie. Okay, so here is the lie. Oh, thank you, glasses. Thank you, Agden. Appreciate that. So that is something that lie is from the heart of keeping the hope when we disclose all that is happening to the children, and then they may lose some hope. So and then that got me to the human ability, that the placebo effect, that sugar pills, and then people think about, patient think about that I was given the medicine, and then it will work as a placebo effect. So it's what we believe that we can make it, that human power, part of human power. In the opposite way, that if we are informed something devastating, hard to take it, losing hope, then sustainable power is also get damaged. That's one way to look at, so that the parent lie to children to, oh, we are playing game, to leave in the house and then seek for something, whatever that. But sooner or later, children will find out in their own way that something is odd, and then maybe learning about the way to communicate with lie. So that really like gave me another way to look at lies. Okay, so if some if the fact effect to remove the hope completely, then if you're in the stance to lead a group as like a family member or the team or group or community, then knowing that there's a placebo effect, the human power to overcoming it, more than something like imaginable, like a miraculous power that human has. And perhaps that what we see as an factuality might affect, limit that human potential power. So then not telling that fact is one thing. And then another thing is how you're going to tell that is the issue of communication. And then that children and mother evacuating for that is playing the game, is the lie. So, but it's from the heart of love. So that's one way to observe that lie. When people use lie to protect loved one, even that later the different reality can be revealed by the person who are told back then. So if I were that child who were told that to playing the game, perhaps that I pretend as okay, I got it. But on the other hand, knowing that it's not the way I've been told, so the adult is not honest, and I want to ask for questions, why why, the children's questions and question why. I mean, the children is a small human being, like the human being in a small body with less experience on the human, I mean, the life on earth, and they have an amazing awareness and observation, and they understand to survive life, so they're intuitive. Obviously, intuition is a survival skill. So, but because of the respect, and then we sense love, that even that is something is not right, to hear what I heard from the caregiver, but since that it's from the love, caring. So connect as not against, that's a lie, that's that heart we all have when the lie is coming from the loving heart. So is if that's the case, lie is okay and acceptable. So I'm just a question about the lie. The purpose of that case is to protect and being open to the human potential of the power to create, miraculous power that we create, and then particular information, even we think it's the fact, that is ruin that power, damage that power, so protecting children, that is understandable. But maybe once or more than once in our life that we are in that position, if you're an adult, to hide, masking that fact, and to tell in order to protect or little bit smoother the situation. Hi, Mel. Happy Tuesday. So maybe that's possibility. And then it comes down to communication skill, doesn't it? Again, how are we gonna tell? Then masking or selecting the information to communicate for better creation. And that is different from lies. It's like a disclosing the information. Hiding, it's like a disclosure, like not necessary to share every single information to everybody. From that point of view, that particular information we think it's necessary and useful to share for that particular purpose. And that's how we want to communicate. And then if lie is smells on that communication, and then that really like makes me wonder, like it's stinky though, smells fishy or stinky. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I was enjoying the shrine. I took the circle visual to the shrine and did a little bit of live from Instagram somehow disappeared. But and then came back to find out the outer road broke. So now it's here to just coming down and talk about awareness, sharing true voice and chewing on that element of lie that I'm questing. So the good part of the lie is to from the heart of love to protect loved ones and to open to that human miraculous power to create something without knowing as a placebo effect takes. So that's what the mother was telling children, that playing game, hide and seek, kind of, even that they are evacuating from the invasion site. So that gave me idea that if the leader is knowing that yeah, it's a crisis situation, like even 11 years ago it happened to Japan, that crisis happened. And if we know all the fact, we want to know the fact, but when we know it and it's panicking, and then that panicking emotion is going to create the unwitting outcome, or maybe the deposit in the outcome. So managing that energy for open to the human's goodwill, power, and love, and to masking that a little bit is understandable. But telling how you gonna communicate the situation is the issue for me. That to lying is not, but just disclosing which information is the key. And I think that we all experience, if you're, oh, thank you for the hearts, Mel, the adult responsible for others and teams and family members, and to being open but hiding unnecessary information that we believe that is going to limit the potential, then that is different from lies, perhaps just managing the information. So then it comes to the trust to the person who is sharing the information. Is that coming from love, caring, or unhealthy ego? Unhealthy ego. But who knows that's the healthy or unhealthy, that person. So the repeated pattern, and then learning about that individuals, and the way we connect and co-create, that's how we know that individual energetic beingness. And is this coming from a good heart of love, open to the potentials and possibility, or to take advantage of that information and to make self as something significant? It's not familiar. Well, it's the still the win lose kind of dynamic. These people, I think it's the a win-win, got to find out to bring both sides to going to the new level. And then I think we are on the very huge transition point of the change of this old dynamic. And um but the one thing is that as in a human nature, as in a human being, we need to nurture our body, mind, and spirit and soul, each levels, to being a healthy creature. Then, interestingly, when we are really hungry physically, hunger, our body is needing the food to nourish the energy. So the physically low energy, then our brain is working strange because low energy, right? And then unable to think healthy because we are all connected. So the physical hunger create anger emotion, hunger, hungry and angry, and then behave strangely. So even we have a healthy mind, physically really drained or hungry, and then it's unhealthy. So it comes down to the physically, emotionally, um mentally, we got to nurture ourselves as an healthy, happy alignment, something that is, and then when it remove that part of it, and then people, it's hard for people like a human to think healthy and for self and for others. So the crisis situation, you can 2 years ago, the pandemic, and then people says like, oh, toilet paper is not going to be available, and then all of a sudden people go stores and buy, and then all this, and that's human nature. Like these informations and lack of having something, and then survival kicks in, and then all of a sudden behaving in a strange way. So how important to maintain the peace and health and you know managing all this wellness being is I guess that's very crucial and important. And then when we are all in that situation, and then not so much envy, like no comparison to others as more or less or more, or win over someone to grab more something, because we need a different things at a different time. And then I think the universe is enough supply for human beings. um so but that's an ideal earth reality perhaps. But yeah, the lie, I was thinking about that. And another way to look at the lie that came to my awareness. So difference from disclosing information and telling a lie, like it's a different. And when we using that way of communicating with the world, then that's manageable. And the issue is that most of us use it unconsciously as on a repeated pattern since we were a child, at least where I came from, learning this communication. And especially I came from the community that promoting lie is something good and useful, was like what? But so without knowing the exact component, just repeating by learning from the adult conversation available when I was a child, and that's the way to dialoguing with others or to create situation of communication in a way that I was observing since I was a child. And then recently I realized that lying to make others feel guilty, I just cannot take that idea. Like, not that so significant aspect, but just the daily things. But these daily little tiny thing piles, and it's like boxing. It's just a little job to punch in the tiny bit of it, and then it really became a damaged body when the person who around you most every day is doing that subconsciously, um damaging your self-esteem, feel guilty, using dynamics of the relatedness. Are you familiar with that? I think I'm going to talk about that for the part 3 about lie awareness sharing next time. Well, thank you for joining and listening here. I would like to close here now for True Voice Tuesday. And tomorrow is the Wellness Wisdom Wednesday. Hope I can come back here. Thank you for connecting, Twitter, leaving the heart and sharing. Appreciate that. And I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful Tuesday. And after this, I am going to post that visual to the Instagram. I was composing that and then wanted to go to the bathroom and then realized that an emergency water leaking was happening at my bathroom. So, and then, oh, thank you. Thank you, Mel. Thank you. It was beautiful at the shrine. The cherry blossoms are almost gone because we had that rain a couple days ago. So that's one of the reason I was unable to go to there to blessings for the image over the weekend. But I got that, and then I did that live from Instagram, and it was so unfamiliar with the system still. I don't know, somehow some apps are very difficult to figure out. I've done many times, but some probably the programmer, developer, brain circuit is different from mine. Are you familiar with that? Particular platform is never be able to find the way every time I go, and then it feels like a beginner. But some are very easy, clicking to the creator's brain and my own brain. So the Instagram is one of that. It's very hard to figuring out which is which way goes which. And then having a difficult time, and someone popped up, one person was like, who is this? And it was the Bo. Bo. So it's lovely knowing that connected Bo over there. I've only been like there twice, so yeah. I know. I know. So, but yeah, I got the picture ready, and within 2 hours, I promise you. So look forward to connecting with you over there. And thank you, Mel. You have a wonderful evening and night. And I see you, and I see you. Bye.